Your MRI report says that there's a finding of L405 disc bulge or L5S1 disc bulge. And your question may be, is an L405 disc bulge serious? Or is an L5S1 disc bulge serious? Helping you relieve pain, conquer stress, and supercharge your health the chiropractic way. Hello everyone, this is Dr. Walter Salubro, and in this video I'm going to answer the question that I get asked often: is an L405 disc bulge serious, or is an L5S1 disc bulge serious? Now before I answer the question, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you get updates on a regular weekly basis on all my new video content that I answer questions about spinal problems and health conditions and chronic pain, and how you can help relieve this naturally, and in many cases with care such as chiropractic. Before I answer the question about is an L405 disc bulge serious or an L5S1 disc bulge serious, let me show you what that means first of all. So if you look at a spine model, now this model is only of the low back right now. So right here, that's an example of a bulging disc. Now this is a little higher. So L5 is here, L5 disc. Here is L4 disc. This would be L3 disc. But the idea is the same, is that when the disc gets disrupted or gets injured or damaged, there's annular tears or weakens, it will actually bulge out. So the inner part of the disc is called the nucleus pulposus, and the outer part is a fibrocartilaginous structure. It's very strong, but when it weakens due to damage or structural distortion on the spine, this will actually bulge out. So what are the consequences of a bulging disc? Well, first of all, discs are very, very sensitive tissues. They're prone to inflammation when they're injured. So the inflammatory response will kick in and cause swelling in the area, will cause heat to build up. It will cause limited function because of that pain sensation that's beginning to get triggered. All these noxious chemicals from inflammation get stimulated and released into the tissues, and it causes local irritation. Now, one of the dangers of a disc is this. Watch this. If the disc ever goes back, so if it's inside and it goes back, it can hit the nerves inside the spinal canal. Now the nerves below L1 area, they're called the Cauda Equina nerves, and the spinal cord ends up around here, L1, L2, and it continues on the inside as nerves called the Cauda Equina nerves, and these nerves emerge out of the spinal area over here and also of the sacrum. So they go to a bunch of different organ systems and body parts from basically low back down. But before I talk about that, if a disc bulge hits those nerves on the inside, it can trigger a response or a problem wherever those nerves travel to. So we talked about the consequence locally. There can be pain locally, inflammation, swelling, loss of function locally. But let me show you what happens when a disc hits the nerve and where these nerves go to. So the first poster I want to show you is a spinal chart. Okay, so here's a spinal chart. I'll come closer so you see. Here's the low back area, low back nerve, sacral nerves. They form a nerve that goes to the back of the leg called the sciatic nerve that goes all the way down to the foot. So when there's a disc herniation or disc bulge, L405 disc bulge or L5S1 disc bulge, it will trigger, and it hits that nerve, that disc bulge, it will irritate that nerve and can send shocking sharp pain down the back of the thigh into the leg or foot, and it can also cause numbing or tingling sensations down this way. Now, if that disc bulge ever continues to insult that nerve over time, we're talking about months and years, it can actually weaken the muscles in the leg and cause shrinkage of the muscles or atrophy. That's a serious neurologic situation. We never want it to go to that point. Now, let me show you another nerve chart over here. This is a chart showing the spine from the side position. So the low back's over here, and here's the sacrum right there. L5 is here, L5 disc, L4 disc is here. So when a disc hits a nerve that goes into this area here, not only can it cause that local pain, that referral pain, but can also trigger a nerve response, and these nerves connect to the lower digestive system, so the colon, and also the pelvic organs such as the bladder and also the kidney. Okay, but the concern is with low back conditions related to L405 disc bulge or L5S1 disc bulge is that if it gets really serious to the point where it interferes with the bladder function or the bowel function, and someone has the urgency to want to go to the bathroom, but they cannot They want to, but they can't. There's a neurologic deficit, serious problem, maybe something called Cauda Equina syndrome. Again, where that disc goes right to the back of the spinal canal and hits those nerves inside the Cauda Equina, and that's a serious neurologic compromise that may require immediate surgical decompression. Now, having said all that, that is something that needs to be addressed when it comes to L4-L5 disc bulge or L5-S1 disc bulge, and to be aware of, someone needs to be aware of these potential dangers and severity. But in most cases, a disc bulge goes unnoticed and is asymptomatic, and that's what the research says. That many people that don't have back pain actually have mild disc bulges. And how are you supposed to know that? Well, unfortunately, you're not going to know that unless there's a symptom or a pain that triggers you to want to get a checkup, and then you take an MRI, and MRI finds a disc bulge. Now, again, having said that, not all back pain conditions are related to disc bulges. And most of the time it's related to other areas of the spine that are irritated or inflamed or have structural distortions going on. Now, just to summarize all this, when you know that there's a disc bulge condition at L4-L5 or L5-S1, the key thing is to get proper treatment, proper care, so you can prevent it to continue on to neurologic deficit or neurologic problems like I talked about, or prevent it from progressing down the leg, the pain and discomfort, because what progresses down the leg, it means it's getting worse and worse versus centralizing towards the back. And one of the key effective ways to actually take care of or help correct structural problems that could be leading to disc bulges is with corrective chiropractic care or chiropractic care. And that's what we do in our office. We apply corrective techniques to the spine. If there's distortions on the spine or subluxations or misalignments that could be irritating the disc over time, we correct those distortions with specific chiropractic adjustments and other therapy and treatment protocols that we do. In fact, I have a whole video about 6 steps that I use to help correct spinal problems that relate to disc bulge and treat disc bulge symptoms. And you can check it out when you look at the card up above or in the description below. There's a link there. But when you start to stabilize the spine properly and provide these corrective techniques, then now we're reducing the strain and stress on the disc bulge that's been damaged, improve the function and mobility of the spine in that area, and now give it a chance to actually heal. Let the inflammation begin to dissipate and the body to go into healing mode. And then you start to support it later on with core work and other exercise for stability, and of course supportive spinal care through chiropractic. So there you have it. I hope you found this information useful. We talked about is an L4-L5 disc bulge serious or an L5-S1 disc bulge serious, potential consequences, and of course if you discover that you have an L4-L5 disc bulge, do seek out some type of professional care or treatment such as chiropractic. It's been shown to help many people in that situation. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up down below, add it to your playlist, share it with your family and friends. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell so you get more information videos and how to relieve discomfort, pain videos from our channel on a regular basis. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next video. To learn more about how corrective chiropractic care at Back to Health Chiropractic Center can help you with your chronic pain problem, visit www.ibthcc.com. Back to Health Chiropractic Center is located at 20 Cranston Park Avenue, number 6, Vaughan, Ontario, L6A2W2.